What is up, guys? To the 2 people that are watching, I don't even think anyone's watching anymore. I have successfully alienated all of the people that could have possibly liked me with my abrasive, offensive personality. I don't mean it. I just have a self-sabotaging attitude about life. Anyway, so okay, today's video is about I want to talk about the notion of free will. Free will. What is it? Do we have it? Do human beings possess free wills? I'm going to go ahead and say no. And I'm going to get into it a bit. As a human being, as a philosopher, as a man, as a child, I don't believe that human beings possess free wills, okay? And I'm going to get into it. That's what we do here in my parking lot that I've grown up in. I have no friends, so I can speak freely, okay? I have nothing to lose. I have no one to offend. Your Uncle Larry Singleton can do whatever he wants. Self-employment is a wonderful thing. What am I going to fire myself? Okay, so free wills. First off, right off the bat, I just want to say human beings do not have free wills. And here's the easiest example of this, okay? Think to yourself right now, did you have a say in if you would be born? No, 100% not. You absolutely did not. Now think about this. Okay, so you didn't have a say in if you'd be born, but you're here anyway. You're just raped into existence against your will. Now that you're here, let's take it a step further. Do you have a complete say in how the day will turn out? Of course not, right? Because you're at the whims of other people and whatever potential crazy shit could happen. A thing could fall on my head right now, I could die. And the whole time my will in my head, I thought to myself, I'm just gonna go for a bike ride. I don't want anything to drop on my head and shit like that. You know what I mean? Pigeons pooing on your head is proof that you do not possess a free will. Okay? And another good example would be your genetics. Like I've already said many times, I wish I was a billionaire, okay? I wish I was 6'2". I wish I looked like Armie Hammer. But I do not. Never had success in the fields that I would like. Never had a girlfriend. Do you think I chose that for myself? No. But that's how life works. The universe doesn't give you everything you want, even though you think you deserve it. Even though I think I deserve Farrah Fawcett on a platter. That's how life works, okay? So, I've proven it. I've given you a couple of examples. We do not have free wills. In fact, COVID is a perfect example. Everyone, even me, I had my little vacation planned to Europe. And what happened? Some guy ate a bat. Life is what happens when a guy eats a bat. You know that phrase? Life is what happens when you're making plans or some shit like that? Or God laughs at your plans. Man makes plans, God laughs. The new quote is, man makes plans and some other guy eats a bat. Yes. So, that being said, what does this mean for you? Success, bitches, money, hoes, sluts, whores. How can I get to the top, Larry? What does this lack of free will thing mean for me? I'm going to tell you what it means for you. It just means it simplifies your life a bit. Because what that means now is that you don't have to overexert yourself and worry about, oh, how come I'm the attractive brother and my other sibling is getting married first? How come I'm more qualified for this job and this bitch with giant titties got it? I'll tell you why. It's because you don't have a free will. You do not have a say in what happens, like past a certain extent. Okay. Do you know many things I've been perfectly qualified for that I didn't get, and instead in my place, who got it? The boss's nephews, brothers, lovers, butt buddy, or someone's blonde daughter. This is just how life works, okay? We do not possess a free will. In fact, right now I'm riding my bike in a spot that I can give you an example. In this spot that I'm riding my bike, right? At one point, they were doing construction here. I don't know if you could see it. Can you see the area here? I'm gonna ride my bike closer to it. Do you see that on the ground there? There's like a concrete, the thing that is just on the ground there. That concrete thing was not always there. Now the funny thing about it is, I saw a kid one time with his family when they first opened the parking lot after months, I don't know why I said it like a gay man, of construction. See that thing? On the ground there, just right on the ground. The kid did not notice that concrete thing was there, and he just rode his bike right into it. He flipped over, cracked his goddamn head open, and I'm gonna ask you, viewer, why do you think that happened? Fill in the blanks. Because human beings do not possess free wills. The kid was riding his bike, right? Everything was going according to plan. His father told him, there's a thing there, just watch out, don't keep going. And the kid was like, I'll be okay. And he just just completely smashed his head open. And it was, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was kind of humorous, but at the same time, yeah, it was a bit tragic, because that's human nature, okay? We don't have a say. Now, to be on the optimistic side, within our limitations, we do have a say in certain things, like to a certain extent. I mean, I'm not gonna find someone that looks like Farrah Fawcett to settle down with, but I could probably find someone that's mid and close my eyes and pretend. Yeah. So where was I going with that? The whole point of me mentioning that was, like, when I was younger, I used to feel really bad about everything has to happen by this time. You're supposed to be a homeowner by this time. And now I'm 30 and I'm just a homo. Yeah, I used to have a lot of pressure on myself, you know? You have to accomplish this goal by a certain time. You have to be a published novelist by this time. You have to get this amount of strange by this age. That one came true. I'm the poon master, dog. I get so much strange. Wilt Chamberlain is embarrassed to hang out with me. Okay, so, well, why did I mention that? I brought it up because, yeah, when you're younger, you're just like, everything has to go right. You know what I mean? But I feel like ever since COVID, with every, like, tragedy that happens in Western life or civilization, whatever you want to call it, it feels like the seams of reality are just kind of ripping apart in a way that you can't put it back together once it's done. Do you know what I mean by this? The seams of reality have been tearing apart since, like, 9/11. Like, post 9/11, everything is just, we've been in, like, a bad nightmare. And yes, I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to word this, but the biggest example of this in recent history was obviously COVID, right? And I think that's when it dawned on me, like the daytime, the regular daily life that we have, it's such an illusion. It's just, you know, time. It's just fake. None of it means shit. And the biggest excuse me, I gotta burp. I'll try to burp myself after the video. Don't worry. I don't want you to excuse me. There it is, finally. I've been trying to burp for the last 11 minutes. So, yes, the biggest example of us not having free wills was COVID. It's just in your face, you know what I mean? And I feel like since that happened, it's very clear that the daily existence that we think we all live is just fake. It's a joke, bro. It's like a good fraction of it feels man-made. Because at the end of the day, another huge example about how we don't have free will is that we die. You don't get to opt out. You know what I mean? It's not like a newsletter. There's certain things that are just put into your life and you just do not have a say. Think about noise, okay? That is pollution of the mind. Just regular ass noise. Think about, you go into a bookstore to read, and right away you're gonna have to listen to some music you had no say in. That's what life is in general. It's just, you're trying to enjoy your day and something messes it up. Because we don't have a free will, bro. We do not. We like to think that we're so cool. You know? There's Kanye West. There's Donald Trump. Everyone has their little accomplishments. And then in the end, what happens? Diarrhea. You get thrown into a box and they cover you with diarrhea. And then worms eat you and turn you into diarrhea again. So you're just a big pile of diarrhea. That's all you ever were. Oh, you're Shakespeare? You wrote one of the greatest plays of all time? Diarrhea. That's all you are. Oh, you're Tolstoy? You wrote War and Peace? Diarrhea. Also, diarrhea. Oh, you invented the vaccine for COVID? You are a genius. But all you are is just intelligent diarrhea. Oh, you are a super hot woman, and you have top 1,000,000.1% on OnlyFans, and millions of people across the globe know your name. Well, that's quite the accomplishment, but you know what? You're just attractive diarrhea. Oh, you can play the piano? You're a talented, multifaceted pianist? Well, you know what? That's pretty cool. I can't play the piano. But you know what? You know what it also means? You're a piano-playing piece of diarrhea. Because you're going to die one day. I don't even think, like people have accomplishments. The accomplishments that people have, the things that people take credit for, is such a joke, bro. You didn't do anything. The universe gifted you. And maybe the universe didn't even gift you. It was just, you're an aberration of something. You know what I mean? That's why I think you shouldn't take anything too personally or too literally or get upset. It's like what I said about how life is just happening to you. And by the way, a lot of these ideas are going to cross over. I might not always remind you. You should be the student. Figure it out. Read between the lines. But yeah, like the universe has no conscience. It just happens. It's just an aberration. So whenever you think someone's like a millionaire or someone's a billionaire, that's just cum. That's just developed cum. That, you know, some woman, think about all the factors. A dude jizzed in a lady. She carried that jizz for 9 months. And then the person was born. They sent it to school. They sent this jizz to school in a mason jar. Just a mason jar full of jizz. And then that jizz grew up, started Amazon, and now that jizz is a billionaire. The most powerful jizz on the planet. Do you get where I'm going with this? We have no free will. You shouldn't take credit for your accomplishments. The universe did it. You didn't do it. Okay? Like, it's not my fault that I can't get a girlfriend, for an example, okay? I was born a certain height. The universe just decided, we're just gonna shit this guy out into the world. And he's gonna be miserable. And he's gonna be good in some areas and terrible in other areas. But that's just how the universe works, okay? It's a mystery that does not have all the answers. Anyway, I think this is a decent amount. 17 minute video about how life is meaningless. There's another common theme for me. Nothing matters, and you shouldn't take life seriously. Yeah, I think that's about it. We do not have free wills.